do see the curve of the Earth, and you realize...
Stacy, Canadian astronaut and West Coast native Dr. Chekthirsk was at the National Geographic Theatre giving a presentation of his own home movies, home space that is.
Spider-Man does exist.
To all the kids in attendance, and they were loving it, asking questions like, how do you sleep in space?
I'd simply get inside the sleeping bag, sit up, and I'd be asleep within 5 minutes every night. Space and weightlessness is that relaxing on the body.
They say kids ask the darndest things. What do kids ask you?
Well, the kids' number one favorite question is always, how does the toilet work in space? And it's an embarrassing question, but also a great question, because the kid realized that in a weightless environment, that normal human life has to be altered a little bit.
A little chop off the ends does everyone good.
Bob had a great video shot in the space station, we'll avoid that bathroom thing, that he got back from just a few months ago.
You can see he's had a good long workout. I think he's going to float around for a little bit, maybe take his feet off the ground. And
when I grew up, and I'm an old guy, every kid wanted to be an astronaut. It was the space age and everything. When did you start thinking of becoming an astronaut?
I was living in Powell River, just up the coast from Victoria, when I was in grade 3. And my school teacher very astutely turned on the classroom radio on the day that John Glenn was flying in space. And this was the first day of my life where I ever heard the word astronaut, the first day of my life where I ever realized there was this realm called space. And I decided then in grade 3 that I wanted to become an astronaut.
And as you can see from his time at the space station, nobody had more fun than him. And these days, he takes great joy in sharing his experiences with the kids, signing autographs till his hands go numb.
Yeah, to Peter with best wishes.
Most astronauts get to the space station in that Cadillac of rocket ships, the space shuttle, but Dr. Bob hitched a much more Spartan ride.
I was the first Canadian to fly aboard the Soviet-era Soyuz vehicle. I enjoyed the trip. I felt a little bit like Yuri Gagarin. The technology hasn't changed that much. So
kind of cramped, too, I hear.
It's about 2.5 meters in diameter. 3 people are inside that volume. It's like 3 people inside a telephone booth. The space station was surreal. I remember arriving on my first day, and I had a grin on my face from ear to ear. It was my second flight. It was 188 days.
Not unlike the grinning excitement of the school kids at Chekthirsk's presentation. You can see a bit more of what he experienced at the IMAX movie Hubble, which will be at the National Geographic Theatre starting in January 2011.
Thanks, Gordy.